All right. Abdi. Okay. I think he said he'd be here. Patricia.
Here.
Emma.
Here.
Jack.
Here.
Noah.
Here.
Peter.
Present.
Jenna.
Here.
Crystal.
Here.
Bree.
Here.
Elias. Okay. Willie.
Here.
I am here. Jasmine.
Jasmine won't be coming tonight.
Got it. Sorry, one sec. Nicholas.
I'm here.
Grace. Okay. Natalie.
Here.
Peyton.
Here.
Suzanne.
Here.
Lucas. No Lucas. Andy.
Here.
Olivia.
Here.
Kyrie.
Here.
Bridget. Okay.
I'm here. Sorry.
Oh, okay, cool. Kristen.
Here.
Tyler.
Here.
India.
Here.
Payne. Here. Emily.
Here.
Perfect.
Is there a motion to approve last week's minutes?
Motion to approve last week's minutes.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor? All those opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, that passes. So we don't have a guest speaker. Is there any constituent comments? No, okay. Now we could transition into cabinet reports. Emma, Chief of Staff, start us off.
Hey everyone. I hope the J term is treating you guys well. It's a really stressful time and I think you're all handling it really well. So last week cabinet met with Dean Thompson to discuss the move-in process. And one thing that we can do to really help this process along is advertise any forms and upcoming deadlines that students have to complete before they formally move in. Because as you know, all students have to provide evidence of a negative COVID-19 test or other medical treatment before formally moving onto campus. So as deadlines come in, it would be awesome if we could all advertise those, starting with, I think, the testing kit order form that we all just received. That is due, I think, February 8th, and that's coming up. So if we could advertise that, that would be awesome. Additionally, Mental Health Monday is doing really well, but we would love some more folks to help us make a post. If you have a tip that helps you get through a really rough time, let us know and we'll advertise you. In my opinion, that totally counts representation hours if you need those. Finally, please sign petitions for presidential and vice presidential tickets. We would love to have everyone who wants to run on the ballot. That's all from me.
Is there any questions or comments for Emma? Okay, if not, we could go to Jack, Attorney General.
So yeah, similar point that Emma made. I know the J term is dragging on at this point, so I'm going to try and be short and sweet, just like she was. My first thing I want to touch on is just updates in regard to elections. As Emma said, right now we have two different campaigns on the ballot already, or on the ballot, and they're solidified, waiting on their emails that will essentially outline their positions. But as Emma mentioned, the third potential campaign on the ballot still is looking for ticket signatures. So though we as ASG don't want to, or we as cabinet members don't want to formally make any like public advertisements, this is us saying to you guys as ASG, do your civic duty and sign on to their positions. As we said, as Emma said, we want everyone who desires to campaign and be on the ballot surely be on that. Some important dates. I mentioned some last week. I just want to go into a little bit more detail. Let me get this up. So February 10th is fast approaching. So that's that date that we're going to need. I think that third candidacy team is at 25 signatures right now. So they're halfway there. They've got 8 days to hit those last 25. If they hit that, then we will be obligated to have a primary election that will take place March 1st through 3rd. Polls will open at 8 on March 1st, and they will end at 5 p.m. on March 3rd. We will know then by the 10th that we will have the presidential debate between the two highest vote receiving teams from the primary election, and then the general election will occur March 15th through 17th, same format as the primary elections, and we intend to have a winner announced by March 19th. And then cabinet applications will be available the following week, just so you guys are all tracking on that. One thing, this is way in the future, but just wanted to put it on since we have Senate here on their docket. April 21st is the date for all Senate candidacy declaration petitions to be due. I know that's so far ahead that really not worth thinking about at the moment, but just wanted to give you guys a heads up in regard to that. Quick update on work that's being done in the Rules Committee right now. As I said, it's been kind of a quiet week just given the intensity of the J term. Moving forward, I just received a response from the Ages group, the All Gender Equality Society that had proposed admission. So expect to see their constitution up for vote sometime in the near future. And then we received this past week, or well, not this past week, today, correspondence from the Allegheny College Billiards Club. And so we will be in correspondence with them about editing their constitution and getting it back to them. So just be on the lookout for, as the new semester, the new in-person section of the semester starts up, I imagine new clubs will start to flow in rather quickly at the beginning here. But other than that, as I said, pretty slow week. So that is all I have.
Is there any questions or comments for Deck? And then Emma wrote, if you guys didn't see, if you need access, just to let her know, and she'll give you access to the elections calendar. Alrighty, communications and press, Bree.
Hi everyone. So like everybody else, I'm going to keep it really short and sweet. We do have a couple things to go over, especially last General Assembly. Last General Assembly, we had that occurrence. I just want to formally acknowledge it here. That if something like that ever occurs again, by all means, as members of ASG, if you want to reach out in a constructive manner, go ahead. If you're not going to reach out to the individual in a constructive manner, don't reach out, because that will get back to me, it'll get back to Abdi, it'll get back to Patty, and it just looks really bad. So please take that into account to be respectful. Even if we have an occurrence like that, reach out first if you're not sure what to say, how to behave, how to act towards the individual. push comes to shove, don't even worry about it. One of us will take care of it. It's probably your best bet. It's just putting that out there. So the bi-weekly went out, as you guys saw. You can also access a lot of the election stuff on our website too. So I know Emma mentioned in the chat that she'll send it to you. It's also on the website. And then your pronouns and your name tag. So I know that you guys saw like the revamped waiting room. It asks you to put your pronouns in your name tag. If your pronouns are in your name tag, please do that now. And then other than that, you're also going to see a lot of changes to the way that Zoom is ran. So we're working on ways that we can increase not only our cybersecurity, but make it, you know, easier and more efficiently to be ran. So like anytime that there's going to be any type of like poll for the Senate, so I'll just launch it so you guys can see it. You'll see like Senate voting. Are you in favor? Are you opposed? Do you abstain? And then we'll be able to see how many of you did that. So it takes less time, and then you don't have to click through every single page. Bennett, I know that was one of the big issues. And then I can share the results so everybody can see what's happening at the exact same time. So that's something that's new. You also heard that little sound that was like, we're recording. So we haven't formally asked consent, but anytime you join General Assembly, you kind of forfeit that privacy right. So we just want to make sure that we included it in our waiting room for any of our constituents who aren't here currently or who are coming in. They can see like, oh, this is a recorded session. And then when you're in, you'll also hear that little person say, this meeting's now being recorded. And then when you leave, it'll be like, this meeting has now stopped being recorded. So just little things like that have changed. And then that's pretty much all I have, but I notice Emma has her hand raised.
So yeah, just echoing Kristen, that is awesome. Thank you so much for doing this. I've never had Bennett's position, but I can't imagine how hard it must be to track all of those faces on a Zoom call in like 3 seconds. So this is really helpful. Do the Zoom polls require like 100% participation? Because as a cabinet member, I can't vote.
So the way that it's set up is that it's open to anybody to vote. Obviously, cabinet members don't vote. It's more for Senate, that's why it's called Senate voting. So if you are a member of the Senate, just like you would if Patty were to say anyone in favor, you raise your hand on the camera. But in this case, you can just click the button. So if your camera's off and we can't see you, just click the button. Even if your camera's on, it's just easier for everybody that way. Okay, Kristen?
For when we vote, will there be an option where it's like none of these answers I want to vote for, but I want to tell you why? Or will there be that option?
Yeah, so you saw in the poll there was in favor, abstain, and there was also opposed. But at the end, we also, like, there's that big minority opinion, and somebody's like, maybe I'm going to abstain from this. Ignore my sisters, I'm sorry. Or maybe I'm opposed to this. You do also have that option at the very end if there are a large number of individuals. Or you can just put in the little asterisk like we have been doing and saying, like, look, I have a point that I'd like to make up. And then Patty, go ahead.
So I just wanted to bring up how hopefully, if everything goes well, we will be swearing in a new senator today. So if everyone's open it, maybe we could try out the poll and see how that works. But yeah, that's all I had. Were you finished, Bree? Okay. Does anyone else have comments or questions for Bree? Alrighty. And then Director of Finance, Noah.
Point of order. I think Bennett has a question.
Kristen, just to answer your question, in a normal circumstance, if we're having a vote, that's contested, the minority opinion gets to voice why they object to it. So in a normal circumstance, if you are on the minority side of something, you can speak up and say why.
Okay, anyone else? All right, Noah, you could go ahead.
So I don't really have anything that's pressing. We don't have any finance requests. But if So FFC is trying to get some general concerns of any students. So if anyone has any financial concerns that they would like me to bring up, I know that on the 10th, FFC is having Dr. Link attend to FFC. So if you have any concerns financially that you would like to be passed on up in the food chain, let me know. I know that Sophie and I were going to be addressing the quality of internet when we're coming back. Obviously, we're all going to be learning on the internet that is already needs a little bit of love. So we're going to be asking Dr. Link to look into that for the remainder of the spring semester. And then the only other thing that I have is that everyone just to take it easy in the next, we only have like 10, like, what is it, 10 more days of this stuff? And every 30 minutes is one day. So you guys, we're all learning at an extreme rate. So, I mean, I couldn't have done this like 5 years ago. So it's look at us now, look at us go. And I just want everyone to know that you're doing great. And just keep it up. You have 7 more days. And that's all. Thank you, everybody.
Right. If there's any questions or comments, you put an asterisk. If not, diversity and inclusion, Peter.
Hi, I don't have much to report either, but I agree with Noah. It's been a crazy 2 weeks. Let's finish this last week strong. Thank you.
Thank you. And then organizational development, Bennett.
Once again, organizational development doesn't really have much to report. We are sort of looking into the future, seeing what we can do safely once we arrive back on campus. You know, movie nights, things of the sort, you know, more to come. Stay safe.
Okay, thank you. Student affairs, Jenna and Crystal.
Hi everyone, me and Krista have a few things to report today. First for me is I have been working, as you all know, on the feminine products, trying to get them free or paid for by administration for at least the campus center, which is filled with all of the machines as of now. And so with help from a few other cabinet members, I've been able to reach out to other campuses around the state, around the United States actually, who have successfully done this. So I hope to present this soon. I'm just gathering information for now to April Thompson. Also, the Senator Handbook is finished. It's hyperlinked. It's super pretty, and I worked so hard on it. But I'm going to send that out to all of you. I don't know. I know there was a few of you when I first said that I was going to start working on it that wanted to work on it. So if you all want to have a look at it before I send it to everyone, please let me know within the next day or two. And I'd be happy to share it with you all, work with you all, or take any recommendations. And Chris and I have Campus Life Community Standards Committee. Our first committee meeting of the semester is 1 week from today on Tuesday. So we look forward to attending that and reporting whatever we feel relevant to you all.
And on my part, I'm going to be reaching out to the SOC organizations one more time before the module 2 begins, just to see if there are any concerns. And if I don't hear back from the organizations, I'll probably just talk to the presidents. And then we held a Talk About It Tuesday today over Zoom, but unfortunately nobody showed up. But and we're looking to try again after the G term. And we just wanted to ask if we can have some of y'all help us advertise so that it can be a success. So yes, thank you.
Also, one last thing for me, it's Suzanne's birthday. She's Senator class of 2022. So normally in person we do the little knocks, but we can't knock. So yay, happy birthday.
Does anyone have comments or questions? No, okay. And happy birthday, Suzanne.
Thanks, everyone.
Alrighty. Community relations, Elias. Was he here? No. Oh. Well, no report. And then sustainability and environmental affairs, Willie.
Spread it. Or oh wait, no, maybe I should say that was not what I was going to say. I was going to say spread the news. If you have a green box that you took home from the spring of 2020, please plan to pack it to return it. Kelly and I are thinking of a way. We have a few things in mind of what we're going to do to make it worthwhile for you to return your green box if you took it home because you thought spring break was only going to be 2 weeks in 2020 and it ended up being 6 months. Um, Also, bring your tokens as well. At the end of the day, I will not exactly lose any more sleep than I already do if you don't bring your tokens. However, you can only make my mood slightly better. I will, in fact, lose many hours of sleep if you do not bring home a green box. So, when we get more details, and finalize some plans, I'll obviously share that with all of you. The one thing that I can tell you is that anything we have planned won't be until after the 2-week quarantine period on March 3rd, or I think that's when it ends. So it will be like the first full week after that. So whatever that week of March is. And I need to double check on whether the green box system will be in place during the quarantine. I feel like it will be, but I will double check on that just in case if anything gets crazy during that. And if you're a first year student, welcome to the green box system. You'll love it, trust me. My advice is it gets confusing the first time you use it, but then once you do, you just spend the rest of your time here talking about how easy it really is. But yeah, that's all. Happy birthday, Suzanne.
Any questions or comments? Okay, going on to class reports, class of 2021.
So as I mentioned during roll call, Jasmine was unable to be here tonight. So she appointed me to report on the movie night that we had. Nobody showed up. And that's about it.
Thank you, Nicholas. When you guys do have the movie nights, how to say, like not only having it on the classes page, maybe also like on our ASG page as well. I think that'd be cool. But on to class of 2022.
Yes, so we have established our meeting time for next semester. So it's going to be Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And then we also have our new senator who we would like to be sworn in at our next meeting. Sadly, she had to leave due to a family emergency, but I do have her paragraph to introduce herself. Can I go ahead and do that now? Okay. So her name is Precious Taylor Ford. She is a member of class of 2022. Precious is a psychology major with a global health studies minor, and she thinks she would like to improve and unite the Allegheny community, especially given the challenges brought by COVID and the current political and racial climate. And that is basically what she's seeking to do through ASG. And that's it for our report.
Thank you for that, Natalie. Is there any questions or comments for Nat? If not, class of 2023.
So we're currently still working on establishing a meeting time for next semester or next module, I guess. That was pretty much it. We also just wanted to say congrats on getting through module 1 and happy birthday, Suzanne.
Kristen, do you not have a report? Oh, okay. Sorry, I think it was my computer messing up. Sorry about that. We could go ahead.
Oh, okay. Everything froze. So the class of 2024 doesn't have anything to report, but we would like to know more information on the cabinet election dates and the Senate election dates, as well as our responsibilities overall. For example, last semester we were supposed to organize an event, but we weren't able to do that. We want to make sure we're fulfilling our duties. And then we also have questions on volunteer hours.
So would you like the information about the elections right now? Okay. Jack and Emma, you guys could chime in.
Yeah, Kristen, can you specify, sorry, I heard Senate date, cabinet date. What were the 3 dates that you were asking about?
Oh, and then I also asked about, so I know first years as senators, we're supposed to organize an event first semester, but we weren't able to do that. And I know all the other first years in ASG had to do that in prior years. Are we supposed to organize an event this semester? What about volunteer hours? Cabinet elections? There's just so much that we've never done before.
Absolutely. I'll get you those dates. I'm going to have Emma answer your third question, though, about my connections going in and out, too. So I apologize if this is muffled. But I'm going to have Emma answer your third question about your service project.
Yeah, so just to clarify. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jack.
I'll just, Kristen, I'll drop those dates in the chat for you.
This event that you're talking about, is this a requirement for the first year current senators or anyone who just wants to run for Senate?
The current first year senators.
Okay. Yeah, this is very new terrain. In the past, this was commonly referred to as the first year formal. I think that one of the best super spreader events is a formal, so don't do a formal. But if you guys want to do like a virtual event, you can do a tabling session. This is not my jurisdiction. You'd have to get this confirmed with Jack, probably Bennett, and Abdi and Patty. But in my opinion, I think we're pretty flexible on this because we've never had a pandemic like of this magnitude in the last century. So put safety first. If you don't hold an event because of safety concerns, I think that's perfectly valid. We can make exceptions for such a weird semester. Does that help you there?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, Kristen, as far as the constitutionality goes of your service project that is required, we've discussed that as cabinet over, I think, the past couple weeks now. And I am willing to interpret that in the loosest possible way, just given the circumstances this semester that really no one, when writing that, had any intention of having to field. So just run whatever you have planned by us, and that's something we can discuss. And as I said, it would be very difficult to come up with something that would get shot down, but stuff like a formal would definitely be something like that. So feel free.
Okay, thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you. And then I know you had a question about community service, so that's perfect to transition into my report. Last week I said I was gonna create a document and put it on the ASG resources folder everyone has access to. That's already on there. There's a couple options for you guys. They're just suggestions. It doesn't mean you have to do those community service hours options that I have there, but just to get you guys started. There is a difference on how they are going to be done this year versus last year. I know you guys had to do both representational hours and community service hours, but this year we're changing it to just either or is fine, since we're in the middle of a pandemic. We got to be realistic with everybody. So that's on the ASG resources folder, so be on the lookout. I would also like if you guys come across other opportunities that other people could benefit from, just send those over to me and I'll put them in the document. just in case, if anyone doesn't really know where to go to or where to start looking, you could always send them over to me and I'll put them on the document, like I said. But yeah, so Emily.
I was just wondering, like how we should be recording the hours. So do we need like anyone's signature or something like that, or should we just keep like a log of like what we've done?
I would say keep your own log, but organizational development, Bennett is the one who's in charge of that. So I believe you're supposed to be sending your community service hours to him. But like for your benefit, I'd say like keep them for your own personal like recording too. Alrighty, and then earlier today, you guys should have also got an invitation to office hours with Dean Thompson. I think this is a really good opportunity for everyone to reach out to the student body and see if they have questions. That way, one of you guys could go and ask her those questions. This is happening on Thursdays. I believe it's at 2:30 Eastern time. So just a suggestion for those of you that have Instagram pages for like the classes, maybe put up some type of poll and be like, oh, well, I'm gonna meet with Dean Thompson. Like, does anyone have specific questions since moving is coming up? And then I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna start having questions because those emails they send us are long and I don't even read them all. I just skim, oh, form, okay, click, that's what I do realistically. But yeah, that is happening on Thursday. So just to put that on your guys' radar. Does anyone have questions or comments? Emma?
Yeah, so regarding service and representation hours, in the past, like showing evidence of your event hasn't been too much of an issue because usually there's a lot of other ASGers, but again, this year is a little different. So if you really want like confirmation, you can send us a cool selfie of you at the event. Like if you're all tabling, do a group picture or something. Have fun with the selfie. You can post it on Instagram. Photo evidence is great.
Thank you, Emma. Anyone else? Okay. Skipping over president's report. There's no unfinished business or new business, but does anyone have new business to bring up? Let me look through the screen real quick. Natalie?
Yeah, so I wanted to ask, I wanted to make a motion for us to cancel next week's meeting due to the fact that it's finals week for a lot of people.
Is there a second?
A second.
All those in favor? Wow, that's pretty cool. Okay, so in favor, I'm just gonna read the percentages because I'm not really sure. In favor, 80%, opposed. There was 2 students who opposed, 13%, and 1 abstention. Those who opposed, would you like to bring up why? No. Kristen, did you have something?
Yeah, I actually opposed because my thoughts are maybe we shouldn't cancel it, but maybe move it to later in the week, if that's possible.
That could be an option. Willie?
Mine was just about the voting. Can we add a 4th option just for cabinet members so that we don't blend in with the abstains?
Emma?
I can answer that. I just didn't do anything. I didn't like hit any buttons and it disappeared. So
I didn't know if just ignoring it would work. Thanks, Emma.
And then Andy.
I just think we shouldn't move it later in the week just because all of us sort of blocked off Tuesday as our ASG day. and a lot of us like work and do other things the other days, so I just don't think that we should do that.
Camila, our advisor, said essential business only meeting, keep it less than 30 minutes. What are people's thoughts on that? Kristen?
Oh, sorry, the voting thing just popped up. What she's saying in the chat about less than 30 minutes, an essential business only meeting, I think that would be great to do on Tuesday instead of canceling it altogether. Because canceling a meeting, we're like, it would be the end of J term, and we're maybe like the week after, we might need to start packing our things to go to Allegheny. And I just think canceling a meeting might be bad.
Willie?
A point of order, guys. We need a motion in order for this discussion to actually occur.
Thank you,
I
Jack.
motion for a 5-minute discussion on changing the day for ASG meeting.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor? The little voting thing keeps coming out. Any, those opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, that passes. 5 minutes starting now. So Payne, you could go ahead.
I yield my time for, who was it? Kristen, I believe, had the top question.
Oh, thank you. I think I already said what I wanted to say.
Jenna, did you have something?
Nope, I yield my time.
Okay. Andy?
Yeah, so I just know that it's not plausible for me to be able to go to a meeting another day in the week because I work every other day except for Tuesdays, just because that's just the day that I don't have to work.
Noah?
Never mind. Never mind. I'm sorry.
You're fine. Bree?
I just want to clarify. So we did have a motion the first time around, and from the looks of the results that we had, kind of won. There were more in favor than there were opposed or even abstained. So does that mean we're not having, like, is it still open for discussion even though the Senate approved for the cancellation of the meeting?
I did ask of those that opposed why, so I wanted to allow them to have the discussion. But majority did say no. So, I mean, technically, I guess no, but I did want to give everyone the chance to say what they wanted to say. So Bennett?
So to Bree, couldn't we just say, in canceling it, we're rescheduling it for a different time or, a different length of time? And also about the actual meeting, if we are going to do just like a criticals only meeting on Tuesday, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I don't know if you guys are, but it's going to have to be short, and I just can't do it on another day of the week. My finals on Wednesday, and I'm going to be working on that stuff. So.
Okay, Emma?
Thank you. So if I'm correct, the motion to officially cancel the meeting passed, but I think it's okay for us to make another motion and vote on it if someone feels so compelled. But if a motion comes to the floor, I think it's essential that we know what we're voting on. So are we voting for an essential only? Are we voting to change the day? Are we doing a combination of both? as long as we're specific. Otherwise, I would just consider the meeting canceled because that was the last official motion that went through.
Peter.
I yield my time.
And Natalie.
Since there's some people who would like to have a meeting still, could we do important business by email then instead and just continue with the motion we already passed?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? My computer froze.
So since the motion already passed, can we just cancel the meeting and then all important business, if necessary, can be done through email as an option? Sorry, the Wi-Fi is cutting out.
You're fine, you're fine. I think having like a only essential, like a maybe meeting would be a good idea. But Willie?
Just for those of you wondering, I don't know if there's anything in our constitution that prevents us from meeting on certain times, but I just looked at the schedule. Monday is the last day of school. Tuesday, study day. Finals is Wednesday and Thursday. And then Friday to Friday is our break. So I don't know if there's anything in our constitution that says we can't have a meeting during study day. I assume definitely not during the finals days, Wednesday and Thursday. So I'd just like to put that out there before we continue this for like another 10 minutes.
True. Just 1 minute warning as well. And then Andy?
Sort of just what Natalie said with the email. I don't know why we couldn't just do like email the agenda and just sort of all just say what we have to say under the section where we're supposed to say it.
Camila?
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Camila Gomez, the advisor. I know I haven't met many of you. So I'm actually unsure about what are the constitutional provisions for meeting times. The only thing that I think could get complicated over email is if we were trying to conduct a vote, to like add a new ASG member, or I know we have to vote on budget requests and stuff like that. So that would be the primary concern I would have with doing it over email.
Thank you. Noah?
Yeah, we probably shouldn't do it over email because if we have any finance requests between now and then, we won't be able to get them through until we are on campus. And then we also have our senator next week. And that could just easily be slid in there in our essential business. Even if we make it, doesn't even have to be 30 minutes. I think it could be easily done in 15 minutes. And for legalese thing, and I'm sorry, Jack, if I'm stepping on your toes, we only need a quorum to conduct business, which is 2/3 of the senators.
Okay. So the 5 minutes are over. Is there a motion to extend discussion or to end discussion?
Motion to end discussion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor? All those opposed? Okay, so according to the last motion, it seems like we're not having a meeting next week. If something important does come, we will reach out to you guys, but just to put it on your radar, we will not be having GA next week. So is that it for new business, or does anyone else have something? Okay, beautiful. So any other constituent comments? And then advisor announcements, Camila.
My only advisor announcement today was to say hello to everyone and introduce myself. I know I didn't make it last time, but I did finally set up my Allegheny email. So if anybody wants to reach out to me, chat, get to know each other, ASG questions, please do. It's going to be cgomez@allegheny.edu. So yeah, I look forward to working with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Camila. Does anyone have something for her? If not, is there a motion to close this meeting?
Motion to close.
I second.
All those in favor? All those opposed? Any abstentions? Alrighty, that passes. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you when I see you.